If you ever feel that your sincere heart isn't being cherished, don't chase, don't ask, and definitely don't cause a scene. Turning around in silence and leaving quietly is the most fitting act of mercy you can give yourself. In this world, the hearts of people can be so fickle, they can change their tune in the blink of an eye. Even if you offer up your very best, it doesn't guarantee you'll receive a sincere heart in return. Many times, the problem isn't you. It's simply that the connection has reached its end. Respect is not something that can be forced. It only arises naturally when the right conditions align. There is a Buddhist saying that all things arise from causes and conditions, and all things pass away because of them. Relationships between people are like flowing water. Meeting is a matter of fate, and parting is also a matter of fate. If you can truly understand this, your heart will hold fewer grievances and more acceptance. Before a connection fades, every moment spent together has meaning. But once it is gone, any further entanglement will only cause you more pain. To respect all living beings is to bring dignity to yourself. True respect is not about seeking a reward from others. It flows from the light deep within your own soul. When you can treat others with peace and not be swayed by their attitude, that is when you have found real respect. Many people view respect as a transaction. They give their heart and expect something back. But wisdom tells us that respect is never a trade. It is an inner light born from awareness and purity. When you are no longer pulled by the gaze of others, your heart is finally free. Your kindness must have a sense of proportion, and your mercy needs boundaries. Not everyone can handle the weight of your sincere heart, and not every relationship deserves your honesty. As the Buddha said, meeting requires the right conditions to be fully present. Sometimes being ignored isn't because your sincerity isn't valued, but because the timing isn't right. In moments like these, don't force it. Let go, turn away, and leave a quiet place in your heart to protect yourself. I once saw a practitioner ask a master, "I treat everyone with a sincere heart, but I am often betrayed. How can I let this go?" The master smiled and said, "If you always try to light up others but forget to warm yourself, that light will eventually go out." To be a person, one should have kind thoughts but also a clear mind. Mercy is not about letting others trample over you. Kindness is not about having no bottom line. Knowing when to stop the loss is the clarity of practice. Learning to walk away is a new form of liberation. Sometimes refusing to get entangled isn't coldness. It is the most practical way to guard your own heart. Regardless of what others do, you can remain still and peaceful. When the mind is like still water, light is born from within. Only when you let go of the gaze of others can you truly see your own light. If kindness has no limits, it becomes a source of suffering. If mercy doesn't know how to choose, it turns into exhaustion. The Buddha taught us to walk the middle path, not to lean too far one way or the other, not to be trapped by emotions, and not to be imprisoned by grievances. True practice doesn't happen in the deep mountains. It happens in the chaotic world of people. To be able to stay true to yourself even when disrespected, and to remain peaceful even when misunderstood, that is the goal. Real respect isn't about how others treat you. It's about whether you understand your own value, and whether you can remain unmoved and return to your own heart. When slighted, everything begins with the mind. If you are pure, the world is pure. When you stop suffering because of other people's attitudes and stop being annoyed by their contempt, you begin to touch true power. That power comes from awakening and self-knowledge. It doesn't need to shout, yet it keeps you as steady as a mountain. All things are impermanent. The respect and coldness of this world are like the rising and falling of the tide. Nothing lasts forever. Respect is not possession, and love is not dependency. When you learn to respect your own heart and leave room for yourself, you start to gain true freedom. Many people fear loss, so they learn to please others and force relationships to stay alive, only to lose themselves in the process. When you treat others with a sincere heart and they don't know how to cherish it, that is not your fault. It is just that the conditions aren't right. True respect is a two-way street. It comes from a mutual soul connection, not one-sided endurance. You don't need to defend your kindness or explain your purity. A lotus grows in the mud but remains clean because it knows that the true shortcut lies in the heart. When you can quietly turn away when disrespected, without anger or resentment, leaving only a smile, that is the height of practice. That smile isn't a compromise, it is a form of wisdom and mercy. Letting go is the deepest strength. A lamp doesn't stop shining because of the darkness. Your kindness and respect shouldn't decrease just because others look down on you. It lights up your own path and warms the world for those who carry good intentions. Water doesn't fear the riverbed, nor does it cling to the banks. It flows through mountains and valleys and eventually returns to the sea. If your heart is like water, not troubled by disrespect and not hurt by misunderstanding, you can follow the flow of fate and remain serene. I hope you can keep your clarity amidst the chaos of human emotions. I hope you remain gentle and dignified even when slighted. Remember, silence is a form of wisdom, and walking away is a form of mercy. The moment you stop suffering for lack of respect and stop arguing against misunderstanding, your heart is already touched by light. True respect is never something given by others. It is the part of yourself that you refuse to abandon in the silence. Don't overestimate human connections, but never underestimate yourself. Don't get entangled, and don't be humble to a fault. Walking away isn't just leaving, it's returning to a place of peace. When you turn around, the wind stops and the water clears, and you are exactly as you were meant to be.